because as of today, I have successfully attained my sociology degree. So as of today, standing, I have successfully attained 2 degrees out of 3 degrees thus far. My psychology degree, I was able to attain that at the end of the fall semester, which was in December of last year. And I was able to attain successfully my sociology degree, winter semester, which was this year 2024. So yes, guys, black girl magic, black people. Okay, when we speak about black people are seen as the minority, the marginalized, and after having a comprehensive study of both subjects, both psychology and sociology, I can now have an in-depth understanding of what black people face on a daily basis in an academic standpoint. After studying these both subjects, psychology studies the mind and the body, the way that the mind and the body works. Where the mind is concerned, the mind can be in a subconscious, which it can be implicit, and it can also be in the conscious, which is considered or categorized as explicit. However, psychology, it can be referred to dealing with mind, body, and soul. Sociology, on the other hand, it deals with social issues within a societal norm, right? It has different types of perspectives, from symbolic interactionalism to functionalism to the conflict theory. Studying sociology, one can study social issues within society. Social issues can stem from poverty. It can stem from people who are categorized as the minority or the marginalized, which are people of color like myself. Okay? And what is happening, there is a system which is called systemic racism is a system. Okay? And of course, race is a social construct. And because we are living where a systemically, what happens, some people of color experience intersectionality, they experience disenfranchisement, they experience disparity, they experience inequality. And what happens, they experience disparity in healthcare, disparity in education, and disparity in their livelihood. Whatever they try to do, they experience disparity because of the color of their skin. And what happened, these people who are seen as the marginalized and also seen as the minority, they go through inequality. And that's why some well-known, the forefathers or ancestors who have did a lot of protests, persons like Dr. King, persons like Rosa Parks, what they have done, they have made a way so that black people like myself have the right to vote. Black people as myself have the right for free tertiary education as anyone else in a different race. However, with that being said, that doesn't mean that racism does not exist. It very well exists, but it might exist disguised, or it may exist openly, overt or covert. However, I'm not here to give an in-depth, comprehensive analysis of my degrees, but I am here to congratulate myself as a black woman living here in the United States, a black Afro-Trinidadian who is accomplishing my desired purpose in life. And as I retrospect, this desire to go back to school to become academically inclined, it started back 2 years ago. I sat down in my son's graduation and I saw my son walked up and he received his diploma. There and then, it came to me. I need to go back to school and attain a degree. So at the time, 2 years ago, I sat down and I had a discussion with the academic counselor. At the time, I was undecided. However, psychology came to mind. So within a year and a half, December of last year, I was able to attain my psychology degree. Not only attaining psychology degree just like that, but of course I have to work. I have to put in hard work and dedication in order to attain that. With that being said, the beginning of last year, while going to school, working on attaining my psychology degree, I said, okay, I'm gonna work on attaining a second degree, which is sociology. And then as time goes by throughout the year, I say, okay, let me work on a third degree, which is criminology. However, with that being said, not only I was able to attain 2 degrees this far, but as of today, my GPA is 3.5. So therefore, I will be on the honor roll of the Dean's List. Therefore, my degrees is going to be showing that I have successfully attained a cumulative GPA of 3.5 and over. Possibly it might be higher by the end of the spring semester, but as of today, it is standing 3.5. So as of today, I already made that mark, which is a 3.5, where I will be on the Dean's List of accomplishment. So I am here this morning to speak to people who are like myself. People who are a bit seen as the minority and the marginalized. Yes, our ancestors have gone through 400 years of slavery. They have toiled, they have been dehumanized, and they have been stripped of their dignity and their identity. However, with that being said, while black people are seen as the marginalized and the minority, I am saying to you, brother, and you, sister, I call you that because hear what? We are all collectively one within the diaspora. And when I speak of the diaspora, I say this because our ancestors were transported, enslaved throughout the world. So historically, we all are one within the diaspora. We are all one. It doesn't matter whether I'm an Afro-Trini or you are an African-American, but we are all one. But I'm here to say this to you. Whatever you desire to be in life, if you desire to be a doctor, a nurse, whatever you desire to be, black brother or sister, go and achieve that goal. Let me show you something. Black people, educate yourself. So when you have to face the world and what the world has to offer, your mouth and your education is what's going to get you by. Let me repeat or reiterate what I just said. Earlier this week, a particular individual who is highly educated than myself, I sat down in a room with that individual, and after when I completed that meeting with that individual, a woman who is older than me, a woman who has a higher job title than myself, that woman cried. And you know what she did? She hugged me. Because she was like, as of today, my job title stands as a CNA, a Certified Nursing Assistant. But my credentials, associate degree, stands as sociology and psychology. However, with that being said, what education that I have attained, when I open my mouth and speak, I make sure I speak in an etiquette, decorum manner. When I finished, spoke to that lady, she cried. So let me show you all something. Black brother and black sister, go back to school and educate yourself. because education is what's going to be the key to your success. Don't let anyone tell you any difference. We have people within the black community, they push back, and there's a stigma against seeking therapy. There is a stigma on higher educating yourself, attaining higher education. There's always a stigma within the black community. Some black people don't believe in going back to school and educating themselves. Some black people don't believe in seeking therapy. A lot of black people have different opinions. However, that is their opinion. A lot of black people also can have the thought and the thinking of being negative. Surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people who are academically inclined. The reason being, if you surround yourself with people who are positive, you're going to be positive. If you surround yourself with people who don't care about going to school, who are negative, always speaking negative statements, always speaking something anecdotal, propaganda, other people's business, stay away from those people and surround yourself with people who are working on achieving their goals in life. Whether they are working on buying a house, whether they are working on attaining their degrees. When they speak positive. They can invest positivity to you. And that's what I'm doing right now. What I did, I cleared my circle away from negative people and negative energy. And I have adopted people who are more positive within my life. My life is not all about the adapting or being in the proximity of negative people. I don't want no part of that. I'm sorry. I'm all about building myself academically, attaining my credentials, minding my own business, paying my bills, and making sure there's a roof over my head. And firstly, appreciating and thanking the God above for giving me the strength to do what I am doing. I could not have done it without him. I have to appreciate him. As of today, I'm bilingual. I speak Spanish. When I open my mouth and speak, a lot of Hispanohablantes, they look at me like, it's a wow, she speaks Spanish. I speak Spanish as of today quite almost fluently. Okay? So, how did I get like that? I only took one Spanish class, but as of today, I can speak Spanish very well. Okay? So, I'm not here to brag about myself, but I'm here rather to say to a black brother or a black sister, get up off your butt and go back to school. Use time, the time that you have, whereas you're playing video games and the time you're sitting and talking other people's business, use that time and use it positively. Go back to school, educate yourself. So when you come in a forum with someone and whatever that topic will be, you can talk to that person in an academic way, okay? And use academic words and academic terms, okay? And when you go back to school, you're going to understand the world better, okay? A lot of people have a lot of pseudo out there, a lot of anecdotal propaganda. A lot of people believe what they believe. But when you go to school and you do a lot of research, you're going to have substantial, credible validity. You're going to have facts. You're not going to have opinions here, see, and there. So we call that anecdotal. We call that pseudo. Okay? That's the words that we use, propaganda. But when you go to school and you know about doing research, statistical research, and you have facts in front of you, then you can bring that in front of the table and say, here what? In the father.com, as of today, there is 58.3% of children being raised in fatherless homes. That is facts. That is not an opinion. That came from a credible website. So when you do your research, you can bring that in front of the table and you could present that to whomever you're talking to and say, here what? This is what I bring to you, but I bring facts. I don't bring propaganda. Okay? And when you bring in facts and you're dealing with facts, therefore you're going to win your case. Whatever case it may be. So I say to you, black brother and sister, while the world may see us, I say us as a collective, as the marginalized and as the minority, educate yourself. Education is the key to success. You're never too old to achieve your goals. You're never too old. Surround yourself with positive people. The time you're taking to talk people business, take that time and educate yourself. Take that time and make money. Do something positive. Forget about people business. I don't have time to talk about people business. I ain't got time for that. And a little note. My past is my past. I live in the future. Okay? Some people like to bring back some people's past, but hear what, brother and sister. My past is my past. I no longer live in the past. I live in the future. I live now to achieve my goals. And my goals are to work on attaining my third degree and to make sure that these degrees become a higher degree. To become academically inclined, ladies and gents. So that where I am in the present of whomever, it can be the president, I could articulate myself in a well-groomed manner. Let me refrain that. I don't like the word groom. But I can articulate myself in a good manner. Okay? So that is my message today. So therefore, I congratulate myself. As of today, I have a psychology and a sociology degree. Okay? Congratulations to me. As of today, my GPA is over 3.5. It will be on the dean's list in Long Beach City College. It also will be recognized on my degree certificate. Congratulations to me. And let me be an inspiration to you, young black boy, you black girl, you black woman, you black man. Let me be an inspiration to you. Surround yourself with positive people. There are too much negativity within the black community. As I look on social media, there is a gender war that is stemming within the black community. Black women are talking about black men. Black men are talking about black women. Black men are projecting chauvinism, toxic masculinity, a lot of toxic sexism. Black men are projecting. Black women have a lot of hurt because of the way they have been treated in relationship with black men. However, social media is not the place to let out your burden. There is a place to let out your burden, and that place is called seeking therapy, seeking therapeutic help. You don't come on social media and run your mouth and fix your mouth to talk about each other or whatever you have gone through or whatever you experience. Social media is not the place to let out your hurt and your trauma. And let you all know this. A lot of people are walking around with trauma. And they are walking around with their trauma in the unconscious part of their minds. And when they open their mouth implicitly, they are spurring a lot of hate. If you are not healed, how can you help someone? If you have not confronted that internalized hurt, that internalized trauma, also internalized racism. Some people walk around with internalized racism. A lot of people are hurting and they don't want to seek therapy. There is a pushback. However, there is a gender war that is streaming right now that is on social media. I want to deal with black people within the black community because that's my community. Within the black community. But here what I want to leave with you all. The jewels I want to leave with you all. Go to school, educate yourself. Education is the key to success. You have education. If you are in front of anyone, you are in a meeting, you can articulate yourself in a well manner. Because you know why? You can do anything. Whatever is being presented to you, you can give that report in a comprehensive analysis. You can give that report back in a comprehensive analysis. Understanding what is being presented to you. Don't let anyone tell you any different. The world we're living in, a lot of people are saying, having a degree is nothing. Having education is nothing. Being married is nothing. That is the world we live in. The people want to do what the people want to do. They say don't get married. But hear what? You don't get married as a young person and you're living or you are in a relationship with a man, or the woman is in a relationship with a guy. The woman got pregnant. Then the baby daddy leaves her. Then what are we creating? We are creating more single parent household. Is that helping the community? No. People get married. Marriage is honorable. Go back to school, attain your credentials. You may not desire to attain your credentials academically. However, you can attain your credentials in trade. You can be an electrician. You can be a welder. You can be anything you desire to be. I don't care which part of the world you live in. Don't use that as an excuse. Well, Melissa, I live in India and we don't have the opportunities like in the United States. Or I live in Trinidad and Tobago. The opportunities are not like. That's BS. There are programs out there in every community. Do your research and take advantage of these programs. It doesn't matter. The programs can be in trade. I know there are electricians who make $150 an hour. They make lots of money. Okay? But go back to school and do something with your life. Woman, young woman, let me say this to you. You are beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you any difference. There are a lot of men who like to bring down women, speak against them, tell them bad things, body shame them, tell them things about their body, the way they look. They are, tell them they are ugly. And it hurt these ladies. There are men who are in relationship with women who speak very illfully against them. Derogatory, pejorative words against them. Women of all race, multiculturalism group. You are beautiful. You are beautiful the way that God created you to be. Love yourself. The world looks at you the way that they look at you. That is the world's opinion about you. But you have to love yourself. You have to be the one to think good thoughts of yourself. You are the one who have to see the good in yourself. And I don't want to hear an excuse of, okay, well, I was a prostitute 10 years ago. That's okay. You can share that if you like. The world can share that if they like, but that's the world. I used to take drugs 5 years ago, and the world knows about my drug habits 5 years ago. But hear what, brother and sister. That was 10 years ago, and that was 5 years ago. You were a prostitute and you were a drug addict. Today, you are no longer a drug addict. You are no longer a prostitute. The life you used to live is in the past. We are in 2024, okay? And upon my studies, no one is perfect. We are all imperfect in an imperfect world. So therefore, that tells me that the world will always judge you. But you know who is not going to, you know what? God is going to forgive you. And he's going to see the good in you. And you have to see the good in yourself and know that you will have the ability to achieve whatever you desire to achieve. Don't let the world tell you any difference. There are a lot of negative people who are in the world and who don't want to see you be successful in life. Remove yourself from those negative people. Surround yourself with positive people. People who are going to motivate you, encourage you. People who are going to drop something positive in your life so that that will allow you to go back to school, achieve your goals, buy a house. Surround yourself with people who are positive and remove yourself from the negativity. Negative people, they're not going to do any good for you. Toxic environments is not going to do any good for you. It's going to get you sick. It's going to make you stressed out. It's going to make you miserable. Surround yourself with positivity.